Hi, my name is Jana Milton, and I'm going to show you some therapy activities that you can do using flashcards. Um, I first started using these flashcards when I was working at a grade school for my first practicum placement. I also use them in my middle school practicum placement the following semester as well. I had a lot of students that qualify for IEPs under SLI, specific language impairment. And I found that we worked on a lot of the same things with this population. There were also quite a few students that were RTI, so we worked with them short term to see if they would qualify for an IEP or benefit from services or not. And I just found that those two populations, we worked on regular and irregular past tense verbs a lot, and pronouns and things to do with pronouns and verbs. So I made up these flashcards as just an easy way to work on those goals. I realize that flashcards are very low tech and may not seem very exciting, but at the time they were easy and inexpensive, and there are lots of benefits that I have found to using flashcards. First of all, they're very customizable. You can make whatever list of verbs you want according to the student's needs. Also according to their age or their grade level. You can find out through Common Core the vocabulary words or the sight words for their grade level, and if they fit into the goal you're working on, then that's kind of a double whammy. You can also work with the mainstream classroom teacher, ask him or her what the vocabulary and sight words or spelling words are for the next month, because if there are any of those that fall into what I'm working on, I'm directly supporting what they're working on in the classroom, which is the whole point of speech therapy, to support that. They're also convenient in that you can make mini sets. So I always make a set for myself to use in therapy and a set to go home with the student. By sending it home with the student, I am hopefully promoting them practicing at home, which will then lead to generalization of those language skills. I always let them choose the color that they want. They seem to get really excited about that. One girl really wanted pink, and she was very excited to get her pink flashcard. Another benefit to making multiple sets is to fit the size group you're working with. If you're working with 2, 3, 4 students, you can make as many sets as you want of the cards, and you may have different sets for each student because they have different things they're working on, but you're still doing the same basic drill as they each take their turn. Also, it provides a lot of flexibility. I always have blank flashcards handy with a marker, so that if I think of another word or in conversation we come across a word that fits into what we're working on, I can really quickly write that flashcard, or have the student make the flashcard and add the ED or help them with what the irregular past tense verb is. By them writing it, that's another level of them learning it. So let me show you how I set it up. Start with I. That's the easiest pronoun. And today is really more so just a cue for present tense. So today, and here's my list of verbs. These are regular past tense. So, like I said, we don't really need the today. That's just a cue. So sometimes I use it, sometimes I don't. So I play the violin. Now let's make it past tense. Yesterday I played the violin. And then I get to, or the student gets to flip it over and to see if they got it right. They seem to really like that. It's a game to flip it over. Did I get it right? I always have the student build a sentence. I really want to give them a strong foundation of subject, verb, object, and building upon that. Sometimes it helps to have a picture book handy or other pictures, so that it gives them ideas for generating sentences. So then we can work on irregular past tense. Present tense, I drink milk. might be a sentence they would make up. Then we switch it to past tense. Yesterday, I drank milk. I usually have them use the same sentence for present and past tense, so that the only thing that they're changing is that verb tense, to really focus on that and not make it more difficult with changing other things. I also let them make whatever sentence they want. One middle school boy found great joy in always building a sentence that was about how he could be mean to his big sister. So whatever. You'll notice that this stack of irregular past tense verbs is a different color than my regular past tense verbs. I do that on purpose because it provides that visual cue. When I'm teaching the regular past tense, the suffix ed, they will learn to associate that yellow, okay, I'm going to add that ed because that's the rule with regular past tense verbs. This is a cue to them that, it's not going to follow that rule. It's going to be different. And these are like sight words in that they just have to be learned, almost rote learning, because there's no rhyme or reason for the most part. When they start to get stronger, I make the set again in the same color so that they can be mixed up, and that color cue is eliminated to really help build, strengthen that skill and build generalization. So I mentioned in my handout that this also was convenient for keeping data, and I'll show you why. Because what I do is I make sets of 20 in each deck, or 10 if there aren't very many, depending upon what we're working on. So now, as we're doing it, if they get it right, I put it in one stack. If they get it wrong, I put it in another. After we get through the whole stack, whichever one is smaller, I can quickly count them. So if there's 3 in the wrong pile, I can quickly jot down that they got 17 out of 20 correct, and I didn't have to keep data with every single trial. This can also be used to work on pronouns. So specifically, copula be. So, I am happy. Today, I am happy. Now let's make it past tense. Yesterday, I was happy. And then we can make it we. Oops, I need a different card. Today, we are sad. Yesterday, we were sad. And I do the same thing for he is, she is, yesterday he was, yesterday she was. Now to take this, if you're working specifically on these pronouns, to take that to the next level, sometimes I take away this card and I have pictures. I have a picture of a boy, a picture of a girl, and a picture of a group, or he, she, they. And I point to the picture I want it to be about. So it's a picture of a boy and a picture of a girl. So I pick the verb, and I'd point to, and they have to generate the sentence without being able to read the pronoun she. They have to look at the picture and figure out that that's a she. She likes to play. He is happy. That takes it to an abstract level. If they don't have the cue of the word so they can read it anymore. This helps to generalize it to real life. From there you can also work on auxiliary be. So let me find my I again. Alright. So from here I'm going to use my present tense and past tense regular verbs. Actually, present tense, because what we're going to be doing is working on that present participle, adding the ing. So today I am playing on the playground. Yesterday I was playing, and this can be done with all the different pronouns: he, she, we, they. So there are a few things that I've done with flashcards. There are other things as well, and I'm sure there are many, many other things that other people will think of too, because they are creative in different ways. I hope this has been helpful and that this idea will be used by others. Thank you for watching.